not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So today's reading, this is a pick a card on what are you being asked or called to release from your life now at the time that you're seeing this reading in order to invite in a new beginning or this next season of life. Trust whenever you're seeing this reading that it is meant for you because this is a timeless reading. And before getting to the disclaimers and the pile selection, all that, I'm going to be showing you guys most of the oracle decks that I use in today's reading. I kind of switched the oracle decks that I use from each pile, just kind of depending on cards that I was kind of drawn to, but I will show you guys a majority of them. So we have the Essential Oil Oracle cards, the Mind Info Oracle cards, the Kali Oracle deck, the Magical Spell cards, and the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. So getting to the disclaimers and the meditation, obviously this is a general reading, so it will resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you do not like or agree with and think that you're affixed to that reality, then you are not using my readings correctly. I conduct these readings for confirmation, not answers. If you hear something for the first time, do not take that message without receiving further confirmation from your higher self and spiritual team, and realize at the end of the day that you have the final say with your destiny. Your free will is your superpower, and what you choose to do with it will determine your life outcomes, not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible and accountable for your own actions and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. If you'd like to participate in this meditation, this is a general reading for the collective. In order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway into it, I will be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there will be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirming messages as to what you're being asked or called to release from your life at this moment in time to invite in a new beginning. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. I'm not sure what crystal this is, but this is what we have for pile 1. On pile 2 is pyrite. On pile 3 is black kyanite. On pile 4 is hemamorphite. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with you guys' tarot cards, then I'll be pulling some oracle cards to channel some messages about what you guys are being asked or called to release from your life right now so you can prepare for a new beginning. Okay, so starting off with you guys' tarot cards, the very first one that we have is the Nine of Swords. And then the Six of Cups. Pile 1, first of all, watch out for 333. Just saw it on my clock. Also, too, if you guys like working with candle fire magic, bury the ashes of whatever you burn. So like, let's just say you burn some intentions or something. Bury it in the earth, especially if you're setting intentions or you're trying to do some energy work to banish, release something from your life. Try to bury those intentions into the earth. That's going to be really symbolic for you guys to help you kind of sever some cords. But starting off, you guys, with this Nine of Swords here is exactly what it looks like. A lot of you intuitively drawn to this pile have for sure been the target of slander or verbal abuse or lies, betrayal, people disliking you, maybe even hating you, so to speak, without you having done anything to them personally. Six of Cups here tells me that there's been some deep betrayal from those that you considered friends, family even, and people that you would have done anything for because they emotionally imprinted on you, either at a very young age or at an impressionable time in your life. With the Six of Cups right here, Six of Cups, it talks about innocence. So this is creating a bond through innocence, through purity, where you came into that bond or that connection with a pure heart and pure intentions. And so you may have been, let's just say, for instance, like you were going through a time of transition or even loss or a great change when you connected with someone and they became like an emotionally driven bond at that point for you. So that's what I mean by you guys, like this may have been, somebody that emotionally imprinted on you during an impressionable time of your life. And pile 1, there's a very real and almost like insidious experience that you guys have had on more than one occasion where people in your life fell into deep envy over you. This is more... When it comes to envy, it's more depraved and it's darker than jealousy, right? Envy is when someone either feels like you don't deserve what you have, they covet what you have, they want to embody qualities that you naturally possess, or they want to destroy what makes you you. And jealousy, it's a bit more superficial. It's a little more surface. It's seeing someone with like maybe a nice house or clothes or maybe like a healthy connection and wishing that you had that because you're comparing what you don't have to what someone else looks like they have. Envy goes deeper. It's more deceitful. It's very it's very Machiavellian, because it's spiritual, because typically envy comes with resentment, entitlement, and a unconscious strategy to take something from someone else so they are no longer remarkable or special or beautiful or full of life. At the core of it, these narcissistic type entities don't want you to be you. In pile 1, you may have run into repeated experiences dealing with someone or a situation like that. And because, your presence naturally, it's going to eclipse their sense of self. And an envious individual, they don't believe their light is bright enough unless everyone else's light is dimmed. And so that's why you may have dealt with a lot of instances where you were put down, made fun of, bullied, isolated, talked about. This could have even come from a sibling as well, or someone that you considered to be like a brother or sister. Especially with your Six of Cups right here. Okay, so pile 1, what Spirit wants you to release and give to them as an offering are the curses that people spoke over you with the Nine of Swords right here. There have been people in your life that acted like almost like sleeper agents or something. Like they came in with a smile and they left with the dagger that they tried to sneak you with. And so these curses that people attempted to speak over you ended up backfiring because a person's ego is not stronger than karmic law. Someone cannot just, light a candle, for instance, and curse you because they're mad that you have what you have in your life. They can try, but there is a higher law that operates outside of human interference. It is the angel of karma, otherwise known as the principle of correspondence, or even like the law of rhythm. We are met with what we give, right? So you haven't been suffering, pile 1, because of someone else's curses. They're not that powerful, okay? You guys have been suffering from a broken heart, very simply. You've been suffering and dealing with the pain of betrayal and not knowing what you did to deserve it. You did nothing. It was envy driving these individuals. And that's the first thing to give up to spirit. Whatever was spoken against you, do not accept it. It is not yours to carry. These people have been scapegoating or spiritually bypassing by convincing others that they deserve to be mistreated. When we believe on some level, whether subconsciously, unconsciously, even consciously, that we deserve someone's mistreatment, someone's abuse, someone's deceit, whatever it may be, we deserve to be hurt in that way. We absolve people of their accountability, and it's not yours to take. So give up these past experiences, okay? Continue to release them, whether that be through therapy or crying or journaling or art, Reiki, yoga, dancing, sound baths, whatever your medium, continue to release it right back to spirit. Mother Earth is a great place to give back energy as well. Release the idea. It's like, there's an idea in your head of what being healed or whole or complete may look like as well. And you guys may think that you're not at that destination of being whole or complete or healed. If you don't look identical to that idea in your head, then it's not real. And that's another thing as well to release too, that you guys are not healed, that you're not whole, that you're not complete. All right, let's see what Spirit wants you guys to release, what kind of mindset. We have here eucalyptus and then reassuring underneath the deck. And eucalyptus here says reset. Trigger statement, I am sick. True statement, I am alive. It is time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and the freedom to create a new reality. Yeah, you guys are not sick. You're not faulty. You're not flawed. You're not, there's nothing wrong with you, with this. This is what your spiritual team and the universe wants you to release, is this idea of being sick or flawed or faulty or something being wrong with you, something being off. Okay. Or even this could even be too, like with this, I'm sick. What's actually coming through is some of you guys, you may feel like you're karmically or spiritually sick, or like something is wrong with you karmically or spiritually to keep attracting these experiences or people. No, it's not that. We don't. I'm a firm believer that we don't attract people's actions. People's actions are a result of people's free will and choices in life. So that is not something that you attracted, right? People are just out here making their own decisions, whether it directly or indirectly affects other people. So don't think that also there's something karmically wrong with you, spiritually wrong with you, energetically wrong with you, that you keep attracting these sort of experiences, because it's not the case. We also have here reassuring underneath the deck, peaceful. Peaceful trigger statement, my life is a mess. Release this idea that your life is a mess. Release that, okay? 9 of Swords, true statement. I find stillness within. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. This is exactly what I just picked up on your eucalyptus card right here, is not to think that there's something wrong with you energetically or karmically. It says your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Go within to find peace there, and your life will reflect that, okay? So this is just about restructuring the internal programs that you've been running, okay? But there's a fine line between doing that sort of subconscious work while also, again, absolving people of the accountability that they need to take by telling yourself that you deserved the way that they treated you, when that's not the case, okay? Let's pull a couple of other oracle messages for you. Just see what we get for you. We have here focus and the compassion underneath the deck. Focus says you're being asked to shift your focus away from what is not working, 9 of Swords, and towards what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step towards creating an amazing life. This is about regaining control over what you pay attention to, over what you give attention to, over what you invest your attention into. Kind of like the idea of seeing the glass half full versus half empty. Okay, so this is definitely also about changing your way of thinking so it's not so negative. If you guys have been dealing with a lot of negative thinking lately, or pessimism, this is about trying to redirecting the way that you're thinking to more positive sorts of thoughts. And then underneath the deck, we have compassion. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself. Exactly. This is what I was talking about here with you guys, not thinking that something is wrong with you or not thinking that you're flawed. It says to give yourself a break. Instead of being a taskmaster, a bully and a horrible friend, be a loving comforter who always has your back. Stop bullying yourself, you guys. That was the message that came through. And I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards, as some of you have been the target of bullying, or, you know, people slandering you or talking against you, and just doing and saying really hurtful things towards you. Don't become that bully to yourself. That can happen. And it's a really sad process. It's a really unfortunate process, but that can definitely happen where we become the very harmful thing to ourselves. And this is when coping mechanisms can take like a dark turn or an unhealthy turn. So make sure that you guys have not become the very same, you know, bully or toxicity that you were dealing with in another person. Make sure that you have not become that towards yourself. Okay. So compassion, show yourself some compassion, you guys. Let's see what else you guys are healing, or what you are releasing, what you're transmuting. We have here struggle, and then discernment underneath the deck. Okay, so you guys may have been struggling with your discernment. You guys may have been struggling with your intuition, with both struggle and discernment coming out for you guys. You guys may have been struggling to listen to your inner voice, to maybe even see the signs, the yellow flags or the red flags somewhere, and take them seriously, or actually trust yourself enough to make certain judgments when it came to what people were doing, what people were saying. You guys may have been struggling with your discernment. This is another thing that you guys are either releasing in this new season, or you guys are being asked to release that, to release the resistance to your own discernment, to your own intuitive voice. And that's kind of what came up when I was talking about you guys' tarot cards, is that you guys may have trusted somebody in your life with the Six of Cups here, because you guys went into some sort of a connection or relationship with a very pure heart and pure intentions, right? And so you may have also kind of projected that onto this other person or situation, that they are also here with a pure heart and pure intentions. And so it may have been very difficult to see through that. You know, once we kind of tell ourselves a certain narrative, it can be hard to break through that. And so you guys may have been breaking through a lot of illusions lately. And so this may be where you're struggling to trust your discernment, because it's like, well, how did I not see that? And so that can create a little bit of doubt or difficulty when it comes to trusting yourself. So this is another thing that you guys are being asked to release and let go, is not listening to your discernment, or feeling as though, you know, you were wrong before and starting to doubt your inner voice. Release that. Okay. Let's see what Kali Ma is cutting away for you in your life, or what she is helping you to release. Okay, and I never try to pronounce these because I can't, but this is what we have for you. I think it's Yuga Shakti, I think. Blue Tara is underneath the deck for you. Okay, and Yuga Shakti says her timing is fierce with compassionate wisdom. To love her is to honor her greater knowing. She demands a surrender of our futile attempts to control that which is beyond our sphere of understanding, until that pain transforms into the sweet pleasure of release. Even the right thing cannot attain fruition at the wrong time. Trust her and be shown again and again that her divinely orchestrated workings of time serve you faithfully with love and grace. So she is also helping you here to, again, this is what came up. This is confirmation of what came up when I was looking at you guys' tarot cards, is being careful of absolving people of the accountability that they need to take for their actions towards you. And it says it right here. She demands a surrender of our futile attempts to control that which is beyond our sphere of understanding, until that pain transforms into the sweet pleasure of release. So in other words, this is about you guys not taking on what isn't yours to take. That was not your baggage. That is not your responsibility to claim someone else's actions towards you. And you guys did not attract this mistreatment. You did not call it into your life. This is not something that you need to karmically pay for. That is not what this is. This is just somebody else's actions. This is just another individual making choices and decisions that hurt you and broke your heart at some point. And so again, it's really important to not try and assume control or take control or accountability for what someone else did. It was completely outside of your control, in other words. Whoever it is in your life that may have broken your heart with this Nine of Swords, Six of Cups right here that you're still kind of dealing with, that you're still kind of trying to release, it's really important for you guys not to put yourself in the mindset of, maybe if I would have listened to my intuition or my discernment, I could have controlled that outcome. Maybe I could have avoided this. Maybe I could have avoided this heartbreak. Maybe I could have avoided this pain. Maybe if I would have paid attention, they would have never had the opportunity to betray me or backstab me. You guys have to stop looking for ways to insert yourself into a position of control when this had nothing. This situation here, this heartbreak, is not an indictment on your judge of character, or your intelligence or your strength or your discernment. Okay. We don't know everything. And as human beings, we're always out here just taking risks. Everything is a risk. It's like when we put our heart out there, when we trust people, when we take a swing at something, when we try for something, everything is a risk, and we don't know how anything is going to work out. So it's really, really, Kali Ma's really here to help you guys understand and kind of switch into the mindset of, I don't need to accept responsibility for this heartbreak. Okay. Just you guys just focus on healing. Just focus on healing. Focus on relieving your heart of the ache and the pain that it's been carrying. That's your responsibility. That's where you need to focus all of your healing energy. Okay. Now let's see what new beginning you guys are calling into your life. Sorry, hit my mic. Okay, we have here safe home that flipped over for you. Love was underneath that, and then new beginnings, and then fertility. Yeah, fertility was underneath that. Underneath the deck, we have here divine guidance. Okay, so this is what you guys are calling in. I'm gonna put these other cards underneath safe home back in the deck, but I believe safe home is definitely for you. So just know that you guys, what you are calling in, this new beginning that you're attracting and drawing in, is a home, a temple, a vessel, a mindset that is safe, that is protected, that is divinely protected. Okay, when we're talking about a home, that can be talking about your actual physical, literal home. This can also be talking about your physical temple, your body, your vessel. This could be talking about your mindset, your mental health becoming a safe space, your emotional health becoming a safe space, your heart becoming a safe space. This is you guys drawing in safety and security, and even too, when it comes to the relationships and the connections in your life, becoming a safe place for you to dwell in when it comes to safe home. So that's a new beginning that you guys are calling in and drawing in. As you release this situation here, this is what is being called in for you. Look at that. We have love underneath safe home. This is a new beginning in love. So this may even be your connections that are still in your life deepening or strengthening, or this could even be new connections coming into your life. We have here fertility as well. And so this could be another thing that you guys are calling for or calling out for, or attracting into your life, is fertility. This could be literally, so this could be actual children coming into your life, or this could just be you guys like embarking on a new beginning here that is very fertile, that is very abundant, that is going to continue to produce more blessings for you. And also we have here divine guidance underneath the deck. And I find this really interesting because this sounds a lot like struggle and discernment, what we talked about, where you guys may have been struggling with your discernment, to trust your discernment. You guys have divine guidance here. This new beginning that you're calling in, you guys are going to not only be divinely guided, but you're going to be able to trust the guidance that you get from the divine, from your intuition, from your higher self, from your spiritual team, from your angels, your guides, your ancestors. It's going to be a whole new relationship that you guys develop with them as well as yourself, where you're feeling like they are also a safe home for you, like they are also a safe space for you. So this has completely changed the scope, the landscape of your relationship with yourself, as well as the relationship that you have with your spiritual team, with God, the universe, fill in the blank. This is going to be something where it's like, you feel as though you can totally trust your intuition, totally trust your discernment, totally trust the signs that you're getting. Like you're going to have a lot more clarity with them as well, and be able to understand them, because sometimes it can feel a little bit like spirit is speaking a whole different language. And so you guys are going to feel like you really understand what they're saying to you. Okay, so yeah, pile one, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Don't forget, we also have your love, new beginnings, and fertility. That was underneath safe home for you guys. But yeah, you guys, this is it. This is all that I'm seeing for you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with you guys' tarot cards, and then I will be pulling some oracle messages to check out what you are being called or asked to release from your life right now in order to draw in this new beginning. So getting started with you guys' tarot cards here, we have the Magician in reverse, the Empress in reverse, and Judgment. Okay, I got to cover up Judgment. I never know. YouTube is very finicky. I never know when they're going to get mad at me for having nudity on the cards. Anyways, though, yeah, so pile 2, some of you may have either set intention to learn more occultism or learn more about your specific craft, or you may be waking up to the fact that you have a natural gift of manifesting or healing, maybe working with nature or energy in general. And for those of you that say, for example, like, you know, I resonate with witchcraft, but I don't know anyone to mentor me, even though I feel called to it, you are about to be taken deep into the practice, whatever the practice may be. It could be, let's just say it's voodoo, it's witchcraft, it's hoodoo, or it's Ifa, or Santeria, or paganism, candomblé, or maybe shamanism, doula work, fill in the blank, right? But you guys are being spiritually initiated, which is the highest honor, much higher than any human can give you. But okay, so the first message here is pretty straightforward, almost blunt, but do not, pile 2, measure your spiritual ability or how powerful you are spiritually based on what you have in your material realm. Magician and Empress coming out together, even alongside Judgment here for you, is saying that you guys have been actively working on manifesting or creating a whole new life for yourself, one that is meant to look pretty opposite of what you have now. So release the belief that your spiritual power is limited to material results, because it is not. This doesn't mean stop aiming for abundance or prosperity or success or wealth or whatever. This is not a message to stop being spiritually ambitious. You know, whatever you're trying to call in, keep doing that. But don't think that your prayers, spells, intentions, and energy work are not working because you haven't seen specific results just yet. It's literally just a matter of timing. They will materialize with Judgment over here, okay? But the bigger issue is you guys defining your gifts, because it's led to some of you downplaying your spiritual work and your spiritual abilities. So release the idea that your work isn't working. And secondly, release your work once you've done it. So in other words, after you've burned that candle, for example, release the work. Don't wonder if it was effective, if it did anything. Don't keep checking to see if you know any sort of results came in. You guys are being personally taught by spirit, because there's another side behind this that's happening that you may not see just yet. You guys are being personally taught by spirit and the universe right now how to gauge your spiritual work, how to perform magic or ritual, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And they're teaching you the most valuable lesson when it comes to manifestation, which is faith. Faith takes time to harness. But this is why whatever you guys have been calling in has been moving at such a slow pace right now, because Spirit wants you guys to get even more in tune and intimate with your work. Get to know the herbs that you're using. Pay attention to the candle work that you do, how the flame moves, the pattern of the wax that it leaves behind. Learn to read it. Spirit has every intention of taking you guys so much deeper into your work so you can truly call yourself a magician or an empress or a high priest or priestess by the end of this. So release your expectations of what this is supposed to look like, pile 2, because Spirit and your own personal path has such a different experience in store for you. And there's going to be things that you see, learn, and experience that you will not be able to verbalize or even make sense of. And this is what happens when you are spiritually initiated and ordained by a higher power. So don't worry about the earthly certifications. That's going to come because the universe will put the right people on your path to usher you into the practice, especially for those of you that want to be formally involved or, certified in the practice. But I just heard Spirit wants you first. In other words, it wants you all to itself before giving you over to some sort of like human mentor, if that's your intentions. Spirit wants to work hand in hand with you first. It wants you guys to develop some more experience with the work that you do, with the craft that you do. So either you guys maybe have maybe you guys just started taking your craft more seriously or trying to manifest bigger things or more specific things. I don't know what this is, but it's like Spirit is trying to get you guys to intimately understand the process of what you're doing and what you're working with. So you guys are meant to go deeper into your craft. You may also too, there may even be a specific energy that wants to work with you guys. Like this could be like a specific archangel, for instance, or a specific deity or ascendant master with this judgment right here that wants to work with you guys specifically. It could be like some sort of a feminine energy as well with the Empress right here that wants to show you one-on-one, like a very hands-on experience, how to work your craft, how to use your own spiritual abilities. I'm going to pull a timing oracle card for you guys just to see if there's anything to pay attention. Something will happen within a year from now for you though. But we have here winter time. You guys see that? You see what it says? Winter time, frozen in time, solitude, coldness, retreat, waiting, a need for constructive seclusion. This is exactly what I was just telling you guys about. Spirit has intentionally frozen you guys' work for a reason, because like it says here, a need for constructive seclusion. This is why Spirit has almost like secluded you guys as well, with the Empress in reverse right here, where again, it wants to do this like one-on-one work with you guys. So wintertime, something could be happening wintertime for you guys, specifically whenever the winter season is for you. Then we also have here middle of the month. It says opposite of what is expected, jealousy hidden, seduced sexuality, something will be renewed. Okay, so there's something that you guys just do not expect. This is the exact opposite of what you expect. That kind of brings to mind confirmation of what I mentioned to you guys when I was just looking at your tarot cards, that Spirit has a whole different plan in store for you guys, or a whole different experience in store for you guys than what you're expecting or what you're thinking is supposed to happen. So whatever ends up manifesting, if you guys are trying to manifest something, it's going to possibly happen during the winter time and during the middle of the month. Okay. So, but there could also be here, like it says, jealousy, hidden, seduced sexuality. There could be something or someone around you that maybe is not giving you the best energy with this jealousy right here. So there could even be certain people or influences, experiences, situations, environments that Spirit is actually trying to remove from your life before manifesting something in your life as well. So you're not around any sort of jealous energy. Some of you were also attracted to pile one as well. But it says here, something is going to be renewed. This is you guys' spiritual abilities. This is your craft. This is you guys going deeper into your work. That's what's going to be renewed here. This is why you guys needed some sort of constructive seclusion. Like it says, solitude, coldness, retreat, waiting. Yeah, that's interesting. But definitely watch out for something for the middle of the month and winter time as well. I also just want to pull from this deck here to see if there's a specific energy around you that may want to kind of take you under their wing. Let me see what comes out for you. Okay, let's see. We have Inanna, believe in yourself. Do you guys see this message that she has to you? What were we talking about when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards? Stop measuring your work, if your work is working, off of the material results that you see. And this is her message to you. Believe in yourself, believe in your work, believe in your spiritual abilities, pile 2. And then look, we have Epona underneath the deck here, earth magic. Some of you guys are very, very gifted with earth magic. Some of you as well. The horse may be a very important or powerful spiritual animal or spiritual totem for you too. You may have been seeing horses lately, or even dreaming about them. But you guys, look, earth magic. So you guys are also very, very gifted when it comes to earth magic as well, working with the earth. But believe in your abilities. Believe in your ability. It looks like she's wearing an amethyst around her neck too. So maybe even like working with crystals or amethyst crystals may help as well, kind of gently awaken you guys' third eye abilities too. But yeah, so this is also confirmation too. I mentioned that there could be a feminine energy around you guys, with the Empress card right here, that may want to take you under their wing to kind of show you how to work with energy, how to work with magic, how to perform ritual. And so, yeah, Epona and Inanna, definitely look into them, do a little bit of research on them, see if you resonate with them. If so, they could definitely be trying to get your attention or wanting to teach you and show you one-on-one the ropes when it comes to working with universal powers. Okay, and you guys are never going to believe what Inanna says. It says, believe in yourself, trust in your dreams and abilities, let self-doubt fall away. You guys see that? And her message to you says, when did you last allow yourself to dream? Are there precious hopes buried deep inside your soul? Does your inner critical voice crush the tender roots of your yearnings before they even have a chance to grow? Inanna is taking you on a healing journey into the great below of your ignored and denied dreams. There are many riches gleaming within you. Inanna whispers with a knowing smile, journey with me into the underworld of your self-doubt. Let go of every belief that says you are unworthy or incapable. Suppressing your creative desires can manifest as a chronic malaise, a gray cloud over your head that just won't shift. This is because the longing to share your light is part of your sacred contract to the goddess. There's something that you are passionately wanting now, but you have been keeping the desire pushed way down. Don't do this anymore. Believe in your ability to build this beautiful and sacred creation. And it says, I am queen of both heaven and earth, and I will help you bring your dreams into reality. She wants to help you guys manifest your dreams, pile 2. Okay, and it says, use healing affirmations to reprogram negative or self-critical thoughts. It says, take daily action steps in the direction of your dreams. It says shamanic journeying will benefit you. So some of you definitely, I think I even mentioned shamanism when I was just looking at you guys' tarot. Yeah, I did. That some of you may even want to get into shamanism or and it says use grounding techniques such as conscious breathing and root chakra meditation. It says invocation, I can do it, and I am worthy of creating my dreams. Okay, let's see what else you guys are being called to release. We have for you Bergamot and then renewing underneath the deck. Bergamot expansion says trigger statement, I am not enough. True statement, I love myself. Your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life. Embrace it. So yeah, this is about you guys doing more self-love practices, focusing on being more gentle with yourself. Some of you are definitely drawn to pile 1. But another thing that's going to do, some self-care or pouring more love into yourself, it's going to help flip you guys as Empress upright, as well as your magician abilities upright as well. Okay. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you guys are, pouring more love into yourself, being softer, more gentle with yourself, it's going to help your abilities really awaken as well. We also have here renewing forgiveness. Trigger statement, I did not deserve this. True statement, I forgive. Some of you were so drawn to pile 1. It's not even funny. It says allow the labels of judgment to disappear. See the situations and individuals through your heart. Forgive yourself. Some of you may be in a place right now where you're working to forgive yourself. And again, the more that you guys pour into yourself, the more that your gifts are really going to awaken. You're going to see a lot of things, probably even manifest a lot quicker as well, because sometimes we can be our own blockage, especially depending on how we're treating ourselves. Okay, let's see what else you guys are being called to release. And we have here retreat. And then we have slow but steady. Again, so there's the same message kind of keeps coming up about things moving slowly, your manifestations moving slowly, not seeing them come in as quickly as you expected, or as quickly as you thought, or as quickly as you need. But it says here, slow but steady. So something is guaranteed to come in. It's just a timing thing. That's exactly what I said when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards. It will come in. It's just a matter of timing. And again, don't forget, we have winter time here in the middle of the month. We also have here retreat. So this is another thing that you guys are being asked to, or called to release, is the idea that you need to retreat or back off from your spiritual work or your spiritual practices because you think they're not working, because they're coming in too slowly. Okay. You don't need to retreat from your spiritual work. You don't need to stop focusing on healing or manifesting, calling in, setting intention, spell work, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're learning more, if you're trying to gain more knowledge about your craft, if you're trying to, let's just say that you've been consulting astrology to try to learn more about yourself and the personal path that you were destined to go down, the purpose that you were here to serve in your life, the reason that your soul incarnated here. These are all things, these are all work and practices that you guys need to keep doing. Okay. Don't retreat from that work because something is going too slowly for you. So this is, again, another thing to release. Your cards kind of keep saying what we've already talked about here. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's see what else we get for you. Let's grab a couple of messages for you about this, what you need to release. We have here choice, and underneath the deck, pay attention. Choice says you've been asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. Some of you may be struggling with the choice here. We do have the Magician in reverse, and the Magician can have to do with feeling like there's a choice that you need to make. But this is something that you guys are going to be focusing on releasing, is the need to make a choice. So this is pretty much saying that you guys will be settling on some sort of decision. You guys will be gaining clarity around the decision or the choice that is best for you, that you need to make in this upcoming season. We also have here, pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs that you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that cannot be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. You guys, pay attention to the signs. The signs are going to be directing you when it comes to the choice that you need to make, or the choice that you may be dealing with in your life right now too. Let's see what Kali Ma is helping you guys, or helping to release you from. We have here blue. Some of you guys were definitely drawn to pile one. Blue Tarot is underneath the deck for pile one. Underneath the deck for you, we have Lalita Tripura Sundari, I believe. Blue Tarot here says, Sweet Mother of Peace now bestows her gifts of clarity, peace, and the power to overcome any negative condition. Just as the beautiful lotus grows from muddy waters, so too shall you arise from confusion. This is that choice right here. Difficult circumstances and heavy energies into sacred blossoming. Again, you guys are in initiation right now. You guys are going to definitely blossom to your gifts and your spiritual powers. It says if you feel held back or slowed down by your circumstances, just like we have here winter and time, talking about solitude, retreat, waiting, coldness, and slow but steady right here, retreat over here. It says it right here. If you feel held back or slowed down by your circumstances, remember that your soul has the ability to process all experiences and become stronger, not weaker, through doing so. The oracle indicates healing and a positive prediction for a peaceful future. You guys are drawing that in. You're drawing in a peaceful future. This is a positive prediction for you guys, that your future is going to be very positive, something that feels a lot like the Empress upright. Let's see what new beginning is being drawn into you guys' life. We have here passion, and underneath the deck here we have abundance. Passion here says, rise passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose and reach the sky. Then we have here abundance that says, goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. So this new beginning, you guys, this new chapter that you're calling in as you release this from your energy, is going to bring in a very passionate new beginning for you guys. This could be passion that is surrounding you guys' purpose, just like it says here, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. This could have something to do with a relationship with passion right here. And it looks like there's a relationship on the, or a couple on the front of the card. But also with it saying inflame my purpose, reach the sky. This could be you guys falling deeper into your purpose, your spiritual gifts, your talents, your powers, feeling as passionate about them as you ever have, especially because too, you're going to start to feel so much more in alignment with your own spiritual gifts. Again, you guys, a lot of you guys are going through some sort of initiation process where, again, spirit wants you to itself first. It wants to teach you something one-on-one first. And what you guys are drawing in is abundance right here. We have Empress in reverse for you guys. Again, like I said, when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards earlier, the life that a lot of you are trying to manifest looks exactly opposite of the one that you may be living right now. And this is what you guys are drawing in. Abundance. This is the Empress upright. Okay. So just know that just like your Kali Ma card said, that this is a prediction for a positive, a positive future. This is what you guys are drawing in. This is the new beginning that you're walking into. Abundance and a very, very passionate connection and relationship to your spiritual gifts, as well as even your purpose. So this could even be you guys' purpose, your gifts, your talents, your career, making room in your life for abundance to come in as well. Okay. And pile 2, this is it. This is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with you guys' tarot cards. Then I'm going to be pulling some oracle messages to look into what are you guys being called or asked to release from your life right now in order to make room for this new beginning. So getting started with you guys' tarot cards, we have the Page of Swords in reverse, the Emperor, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so there's a very firm belief here for you guys that I'm hearing really clearly. You guys have already been working on releasing this, or at least restructuring the belief that your security in life is going to come from anything external or anything that you can work for, anything that you can, just work really hard for and achieve. You guys had a deep revelation a while ago that a career, or maybe a relationship, or your appearance, or an achievement, or, the fill in the blank is not where your security is with the Emperor right here. And a lot of you have realized without realizing it, that your life path revolves around learning to become the foundation that you build your life from. So there's this scenario that your guides are telling me where it's like you guys, like this may be literal. You may have had to go through experiencing years of rejection with the Nine of Wands right here before you understood that fitting in or people pleasing or assimilating benefited you in no way, that you got nothing out of it, that in fact it hurt you or made a lot of you feel like a late bloomer in a sense. Like maybe you came around to understanding and accepting who you were born to be is someone that is not meant to be a part of something as much as you are meant to lead that something. Emperor here, think about the reality of him, right? He's not just a leader. Emperors rule over kings. Kings rule kingdoms, and emperors rule over those kings. In other words, emperors can't even find solidarity and relatability with other leaders like the kings. They're in a league of their own, in other words, when it comes to the emperor. So an emperor is not meant to be a part of the empire. He's meant to rule it, essentially, to lead it, to guard it, to represent it. He is the actual personification of the empire itself. And as great as that is, it's also quite an isolating experience because few can relate to his position. Kind of like the saying, like it's lonely at the top. I wouldn't be shocked if some of you were like born with North Node in your 5th house, or maybe have that transiting happening right now, because what I'm picking up is this repeated experience of being rejected or even pushed out of maybe like friend groups or communities, or, some place where you try to find a sense of comfort and you try to find camaraderie and connection, or you guys have been made to feel alone with the Nine of Wands right here. You may even work pretty isolated, like you may work from home or spend a lot of time by yourself. You may have found over time that like it's just difficult to feel like you're truly connected to someone, or it's not easy for you to make friends. You may feel like that. You may just feel like you almost stick out like a sore thumb with the Nine of Wands right here. Page of Swords in reverse, like you're looking for something different than other people. It could just have a lot to do with like having difficulty fitting in essentially in some way. So you could even have Chiron moving through your 11th house as well right now, or you could have been born with Chiron in your 11th house. This is something that transit can manifest in that way, where we have difficulty or we struggle fitting in with the communities that we should, easily fit in with. And so eventually you guys kind of stopped fighting or resisting whatever this is. And it's been slowly setting in for a lot of you that it's like the idea of like, I need to accept that my path is to lead somewhere and not be a part of something. So it's taken you guys maybe a long time to accept this. You may have always noticed that you don't do well in groups, or you don't do well with a lot of people, or like you were forced into spending a lot of time alone. Some of you may have been gone on like a social media cleanse, and you might not even have any more social media accounts really, with the Nine of Wands right here as well, Page of Swords in reverse. But yeah, it may have taken you guys a long time, again, to accept that this is a part of your journey with the Nine of Wands, even though you've always may have wondered why, like, why does this keep happening with the Page of Swords in reverse? Once you step into your Emperor role, a lot of what you have experienced your whole life is going to make sense, pile 3. You guys are meant to lead, or you're meant to be the authority or make your own decisions. And as much as you may have tried to be a part of something, it'll likely always end up with you leaving or being pushed out, unless you position yourself as the head or the pioneer or the supervisor or the administrator, the foundation, the manager, the leader of something. The supporting role was never in your cards, pile 3. And this is why I would so not be shocked if you guys just had like North Node in your 5th, South Node in your 11th. Because, South Node is like, you're comfortable falling into that 11th house area where you're comfortable contributing, becoming a part of a bigger whole or a community. But it's like it just doesn't stick, or it doesn't work. And so yeah, if this pile is meant for you, that'll probably upset a few of you, or even make you uncomfortable, because you have probably always resisted this Emperor sort of role or definition. Okay, so yeah, let's start grabbing some oracle cards for you though. Let's see what we get for you. All right, we have your Coriander and Cypress. Coriander here, honoring the self. Trigger statement, this is the way it has always been done. True statement, I create my way. Again, you guys are meant to do things in your own way. You're meant to lead. You're meant to maybe even kind of just figure it out for now. But it says you are ready to fulfill your desire by thinking outside of the box. The path less traveled may be more fulfilling. This is exactly what I was just talking about with you guys, is that it wouldn't shock me if your North Node was in your 5th house, South Node was in your 11th house. You guys are meant to do things differently. You're meant to stand out. You're not meant to be a part of something. You're meant to either lead that something or completely, be independent of the group or of the mass or of the collective. You're meant to do that. You're meant to do that so you can honor yourself. Okay. Then we have here Cypress, resilience. Trigger statement, I need to control. True statement, I surrender. Allow yourself to relax with the currents of life. These changes will take you even closer to where you are meant to be. You guys are meant to surrender into this part of your life. And that's exactly confirmation of what I was saying earlier for you guys, is that a lot of you may have stopped resisting this idea that you're supposed to be the emperor. You guys may have started to finally accept the fact that it's like, okay, every time I try to become a part of something or try to, sort of like squeeze into some sort of like a group of something, it just doesn't work. It doesn't stick. And so again, this is total confirmation of that message that came through for you guys, that you're meant to either lead something, administrate it. You're meant to have an emperor role and kind of like rule over the empire, and not like in an egotistical way. And this is how I know you guys aren't looking at this in an egotistical way, because you guys spent so long resisting your emperor sort of path that was always chosen for you. You guys would kind of love to be able to just sort of fall into the behind the scenes somewhere, but you're not meant to. And that may kind of go against everything that comforts you. Let's see. Let's get some other cards for you. Let's see what comes out. We have here resolution and let it go underneath the deck. Resolution says whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way that we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. So there is going to be resolution when it comes to whatever you guys have been resisting, struggling with. Again, like I said, this is just confirmation of you guys feeling like, okay, I'm ready to stop resisting this. I'm ready to kind of surrender into wherever life has been trying to push me into. I'm ready to just sort of go that way and see what happens. So you guys, that's definitely going to be resolved for you. Kind of like, again, not resisting your own path. And then we have here, let it go. It says you're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It is hurting you, and you can't be fully present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. So you guys are also, that may be another way that you guys are honoring yourself with this coriander card right here, is by releasing or letting go of something that has been creating resentment in your life, or has been contributing to the pain that you guys have been carrying in your life. This is another way that you guys are honoring yourself, is by finally releasing that and letting it go. Let's see what else you guys are releasing. Oh, okay. All right. So we have these two cards flipped over or face up for you. So I'm going to keep these two out. I'm going to show you guys these other cards that fell out, but they fell out face down. Okay. So we have what fell out for you face down. We have home, growth, and duality. And the cards that fell out for you face up is past, present, and future, and honoring your energy. Sounds a lot like honoring yourself right here. Okay, so yeah, this is what you guys are releasing, or this is what is even being resolved for you with this resolution card right here, is past, present, and future. Like I said, a lot of you guys have spent your entire life dealing with this issue here of just feeling as though every time you try to fit in somewhere, it just doesn't work, or like you were just pushed out, or like it's like the more you try to fit in, the more you stand out, or the more you realize like you don't belong there. So it's like you guys keep trying to find where you belong, and you're trying to find it everywhere but within yourself. And this is why honoring yourself has come out now twice for you in two different decks. Honoring your energy and honoring yourself right here. This was always the path that you guys were meant to go down. Like I said, when I was just looking at you guys' tarot cards here, the supporting role was never in your cards pile 3. Ever. It was never written for you. Your fate was never written in that way. Your fate was written in a way where you were meant to come here, incarnate here, and experience honoring yourself in a role that has you in a leadership position, or it has you as the administrator, the one making the decisions, or the manager, whatever that may be. And again, while that could be a little bit isolating, because it is, when you're the emperor, you're someone who's, essentially on top. It's like a role that's been placed onto you. Okay. So your soul definitely came here to experience that for sure, especially with honoring yourself coming out twice now. And so with past, present, and future, it's all going to make sense once you guys kind of surrender into this path that your life has been trying to lead you into. Oh yeah. And underneath the deck, we have for you integration. Okay, so there's a lot about you guys, wherever you're at in your life right now, at the time that you see this reading, things are going to start to make sense. Things are going to start to come together. There's going to be a lot of blanks that get filled in for you. There's going to be a lot of things that start to get cleared up for you guys with integration here, honoring your energy and past, present, and future, especially the more that you guys start to allow this Emperor role to kind of take over. But you've definitely been, by you resisting this Emperor sort of position, you're actually resisting a part of your life opening up. You're kind of resisting this like new season or this next phase of life from opening up, because you have just naturally always kind of opposed falling into this Emperor role here. Let's see, I kind of just want to pull from this deck for you really quickly. Let's see what we get. It's just caught my attention, so let's see what we get for you. All right, and we have, I'm sorry, do you guys see what came out for you? Do you see what flipped over? Do you guys see this? It says what? Leadership. I'm so done. I am so done with you. You guys see that? You can't make this shit up. Leadership. And underneath the deck for you, we have your courage. It was in reverse. Oh my God. Okay. So, yeah, that's just confirmation. No wonder why this deck caught my eye. I haven't, shuffled from this deck for any other pile besides yours. I just saw it and was like, I need to shuffle from this. Leadership came out for you guys. This is the Emperor that you guys have been resisting. You are meant to lead. Okay. It's just something that you guys need to have the courage to go down, is this leadership path that is calling to you, that is opening up for you somewhere. I don't know. Maybe this is in work. I don't know what this is in, but you guys are definitely meant to do that. Leadership says, just as a North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark of night. And I kept talking about the North Node, even though these are different things. But anyways, it says you are a beacon for others. This is what I'm saying. You guys are meant to be the foundation for other people. It says you are a teacher, steward, guardian, and a healer, a true leader. Own these gifts, come into the light, do not hold back, let the world see your light. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. If you've been hiding in the background, it's time to break out and become the light for others. Through this, your star shines brighter. Exactly. You guys are not meant to be a part of something. You're meant to lead that something. But you know, that's the thing too with true leadership. When it comes to a true leader, just like that paragraph said for you guys, true leaders are supposed to be in service of to other people. And that's because true leadership, it does ask a lot of you. Let's see what Kali Ma is also cutting out of you guys' life for asking you to release. Oops. Okay. Khadga flipped over for you. Then we have your Krishna. It kind of flipped over too. A few cards underneath this. Underneath the deck here, we have Kali Kapali, I think. And Khadga here says she wields the holy sword of divine severance, empowering the soul in radical letting go. She instills the courage, just like we got courage over here for you guys. She instills the courage to bear the pain of loss and the wisdom to realize the secret blessing that can only arise when we embrace change. Where our strength of will may falter, she intervenes to ensure we do not sabotage our ultimate fulfillment and spiritual progress. She will not allow our souls to be ensnared in any kind of deception or trapped in fear. She is the liberator, and her sword clears the path, revealing the truth. So there's definitely a truth that's about to be revealed for you guys in terms of your path, where you're meant to go, how you're meant to embrace this new position coming into your life, or that's been trying to come into your life. I'm going to also read this other one that flipped over for you too. Krishna, I'm probably butchering this, I'm sorry, but it says, this is spiritual intelligence within your soul. It is the genius of becoming, of ripening from potential into glorious manifestation. Intimate communion with your own heart will reveal what it is you truly yearn for and set the process in motion for that yearning to be satisfied. The holy fire is Kali and she is within your soul. Follow the yearning, seek the light, let yourself burn bright for what inspires you, and you shall see the path to fruition clearly before you. Believe in what is meant to be. Okay, and let's just see what new beginning is being called into your life, pile 3. Okay, we have here trust and good cheer. Trust says, I am safe, I am secure, in love I trust, my faith endures. And good cheer here says, with kind heart and humor free, may good cheer rule, so mote it be. So this is you guys moving into a new season of life, or a new stage of life where there's more trust. There's more trust in what you guys are meant to do. And also too, it's like there's going to be a lot of celebration with good cheer right here. So whatever may be happening, whatever life changes or life events may be coming into you guys' next phase of life, is going to be a lot to celebrate, like a lot to celebrate. So this could be major life events happening. This could be like getting the job you wanted, moving, securing that home. Maybe this is like getting married, or a new child coming in, or, like there's a lot to celebrate in this next phase. But also too, with trust here, this is talking about you guys feeling more safe and more secure as well. Okay. So yeah, just know that this is the new beginning that you guys are calling in as you release basically, or pretty much for you, pile 3, as you guys surrender into this new position being called into your life. But other than that, pile 3, this is it. This is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off you guys' tarot cards. Then I'll be pulling some oracle messages to look into what you guys are being called or asked to release from your life, so you can invite in a new beginning. So getting started with you guys' tarot card, we have the very first one is the Devil, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Eight of Wands upright. All right, so pile 4, you're definitely the pile today who I would say is most aware of what you need to release with the Devil here. Ace of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you guys have released this before, only to end up kind of allowing it back into your life in some way before releasing it again. So there's a cycle here of getting rid of this devil, whatever this is, fill in the blank, letting it back in, releasing it again, letting it back in. You guys may have been back and forth with getting something out of your life. And you guys are in a part of this cycle right now, whenever you see this reading, of preparing to kind of flush this back out of your life with the Eight of Wands here. You guys may be feeling really ready with the Eight of Wands over here. Now, for some of you, what I'm picking up, this is a very small group of you here. What needs to be released is how you make a living, how you earn your money. Something about it might not be safe. It might be too demanding. It may be taking a toll on your mental health or even your physical health. You guys have even felt it in the pit of your stomach that maybe you need to find a better solution to making money, but something about maybe this old way of earning a living, it pulls you back in. Maybe because it's easy, it's always there. Maybe because you're familiar with it, it's like second nature for you. You've got the most experience there. But for a small group of you here, again, it's how you earn your money that needs to be released once and for all. For others of you, or majority of you, the Devil card, it talks about a vice or a part of our being that is compromised or even corrupted because of our personal choices. And so the Devil, it takes on a different meaning for everyone, because what might defect you might not harm someone else and vice versa, right? So the Devil isn't literal. It's not a one size fits all sort of idea, because its form changes from person to person depending on what you define as evil, wicked, or wrong. But objectively, the Devil card in tarot, it talks about being controlled, or in other words, it talks about the loss of agency, the loss of free will. Like when someone becomes dependent on a substance, for example, that habit hijacks their life, right? That is what the Devil card is in tarot. It is possession, where we are no longer in control of our lives, but have given up our freedom to another master, or in other words, we've given it up to a false idol, which is why this card is associated with obsession, addiction, and power. So where have you guys been struggling to gain control of yourself with the Eight of Wands over here? Where do you feel like you keep getting pulled back into something that's toxic for you? Where do you feel like you keep losing your power, or something keeps taking your power? This could be a lifestyle, a way of thinking, a belief system, a relationship, an addiction. There is no balance with the Devil. It's very all or nothing. He is the epitome of extreme when we're dealing with the Devil card in tarot. So where have you been fighting or trying to resist falling into an extreme in your life? This could be working too much. It could be an extreme diet, a codependent connection. Hell, this This could even be losing yourself to a community or religion or a way of living. This could, be, for instance, doing so much healing that you forget to live your life. This could be a role or a position or an image that you may have lost yourself in or feel like you have to keep up with no matter the cost. This could even be a traumatic experience that you feel trapped in and unable to leave behind. This could be an unhealthy coping mechanism. Again, I'm just trying to cover as many bases here because it's going to be different for each of you. And the Devil card is a really tricky character where you don't necessarily realize how much you've given up until you're waist deep and have fully submitted yourself to the Devil card in tarot. And so whatever this is, you may feel like you have given up parts of yourself or have compromised on your own character or your morals. And there's like a spiral here that's gotten gradually heavier, or it's like the pull of the spiral has gotten stronger. And so it's time to pull yourself out of this because it's the spiral itself that has become somewhat addictive. And okay, so I see it. So what you need to release, pile 4, is the belief or opinion that you are not powerful enough to change this. Release the perspective that you need this, whatever this Devil card situation is. Realize with the Devil here that he is only on a pedestal because these two people here serving him have placed him there. They have decided to serve him. He's only powerful because they have given their power to him. In order to be above anything, you have to be placed there. So you're being asked to starve with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the power that this Devil figure has in your life, by no longer feeding it with the belief that you are inferior, insignificant, weak, or powerless, because that could not be further from the truth. Even if you need assistance or professional help to get this part of your life under control, you are not weak. The moment that you see this reading and hear this message, you can begin to knock this fill in the blank Devil character, false idol, off of the pedestal that it has been placed on in your life. You are the idol. You are the power. So wherever you gave this Devil card here significance through maybe your mindset or beliefs or actions, you can take it back with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That is how you fight back, pile 4. Release the idea that you cannot win or succeed against this force in your life because you have so much more power and help around you than you might think with the Eight of Wands right here. Let's start grabbing some oracle cards for you. We have here lemongrass, declutter, and then cedarwood connection underneath the deck. Lemongrass trigger statement says, I've made so many mistakes. This is that Devil card right here. True statement, I let it all go. Says everything that you've done up until this point is leading you to where you need to be. Let go of the past and be here now. Yeah, you guys, that shame, don't allow shame to punish you anymore. Okay, it's just a punishment, and it's a way to keep us inferior. It's a way to keep us where we are. We're not serving ourselves, and it's shame. Shame is a way to keep a false idol as well in a position of power. Okay, so it's an illusion. Don't feed the shame if that's something that you guys have been struggling with. Then we have your cedarwood connection trigger statement. It is too much. True statement, I'm grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. Yes, release whatever you guys may have taken from someone else or from other people, especially if you guys are empaths, and you may be totally kind of like picking up on other people's energy or taking on other people's problems. And that could also be something that is sort of weighing on you or weighing you down with this Devil card right here. And so, yeah, definitely focus on releasing other people's energy, other people's projections, if it's been something that you guys have taken on. Let's grab some other messages for you here. We also have here listen and then soar underneath the deck. And listen here says you're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it is time to act on its wisdom. So definitely listen to you guys' inner voice. Okay, this is another thing that you guys are being asked to release is stop basically dismissing your inner voice, okay? Soar here underneath the deck says you're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It is time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. So especially if you guys have been dimming your own light somewhere, where have you been dimming your own light? Where have you been dismissing yourself? Where have you been denying your own power? Where have you been putting yourself in an inferior position? It's time for you guys to soar or transcend that, okay? Okay, let's see what else you guys are releasing or being asked to release. we have here unlimited possibilities, and then the truth. Okay, so you guys are also being asked to release the I guess the idea that you were trapped. Okay, so with unlimited possibilities right here, you guys may have been under the mindset, especially with this devil situation, is if it's been like this ongoing cycle for you guys, you may feel trapped in it. Like it's where it's like every time I release it, eventually it finds its way back in. So that may have created the idea that you guys are trapped, that you're held hostage. Like we see in the devil card here, they're literally chained to the devil card. You guys are being asked to release that and to realize that you are surrounded by unlimited possibilities, including the possibility that you can finally be totally free and clear of this cycle in your life here. And that is the truth. This is another thing that you guys are being asked to release, is anything that is keeping you from seeing and realizing the truth, your truth, that you are powerful and surrounded by possibility. This devil card situation, energy, presence, whatever it is, has been creating a lot of illusion where, again, in order for the devil to be powerful, it has to chain them up. That's why they're chained up in the devil card here. They have to be in chains in order for the devil to be on this pedestal. If they had their freedom, he might not be as powerful. He might not be as influential. So you guys are realizing you're breaking through an illusion here. This is something that is being released for you guys. You guys are releasing the illusion or the lie that you're trapped, okay? And you're seeing through that and realizing, you will be realizing that you are surrounded by unlimited possibilities. It's just a matter of you guys claiming them. Okay, let's see what else you guys are releasing, or what Kali Ma is helping you guys release in your life. Okay, and then we have here Kali Kalmasa Nasini, I think. And underneath the deck, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but I'm going to read this one out of the book for you. And this says, she devours darkness with her endless hunger for light, peace, and redemption. This is the darkness that she's clearing out of you guys' life. It says she reaches the deepest places, the darkest spaces, relentless in her pursuit of the lost and despairing. No soul shall ever be forgotten, abandoned, or betrayed by her. So if you guys are feeling forgotten, left behind, like you've been abandoned, just know that Kali Ma and your spiritual team have not forgotten you. They've not left you behind. And they're definitely fighting to help relieve you of this cycle. And it says, those that believe in their own guilt, their sin, their shame, evoke her mighty tenderness, and she feasts upon that darkness that threatens to consume them. That sounds a lot like what mentioned shame for you guys. Oh, lemongrass. I made so many mistakes right here. It sounds a lot like what she just said. It says, those that believe in their own guilt, their sin, their shame, evoke her mighty tenderness, and she feasts upon the darkness that threatens to consume them, alleviating the weight of their suffering, allowing their hearts to become light and free. That's beautiful. She's helping to get you guys out of this cycle, because it's been feeding shame. It's been feeding you guys a shame. It's been harming you guys as well. You guys can definitely starve this devil card position. This is exactly confirmation. Your Kali Ma message is exact confirmation of what I mentioned with you guys as Eight of Wands, that you're surrounded with a lot more support than you think and than you realize. You guys can so starve this devil card presence in your life, because you guys deserve to be free of this. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried and haven't succeeded. Keep getting back up. Your power and authority is in the ability to decide to keep fighting and to keep showing up until you are released from this, okay? And let's see what new beginnings are being called into your life, pile 4. Look at that. We've got healing. Courage is underneath the deck. Underneath healing, we have authenticity and wisdom, but healing says, candle flame burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. This is the new beginning, the next phase of life that is being called in for you guys is a phase or a season of healing, okay? Where you're finally going to get to focus on just not trying to just survive this cycle, not just trying to break out of it, not trying to get free of it, not trying to release yourself of it. You're going to be able to solely focus on just healing and just resting in a safer environment, in a healed environment. So that's what you guys are calling in with your new beginning. And then we also have your courage underneath the deck. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. Keep getting back up. Do not stop fighting, pile 4. Don't stop fighting, because you guys have call in Archangel Michael if you have to, but you guys have every right to be free of this in your life. But pile 4, this is it. This is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.